Hello everyone, my name is Hassan Ali and I'm joined by Sharon Kumar on a special episode today where we will be reviewing the match between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Rajasthan Royals that took place today on 10th of April 2026 in Guwahati, Assam. What we will also be doing in this episode is reviewing the match that takes place on 12th of April between RCB and Mumbai Indians. What will work for RCB, what won't, what are some of the mistakes they made today that they can learn from, and how can they position themselves to have a better chance of winning against Mumbai. This is Cricktake. Hi Sharon,
Hi Hassan.
how are you today?
Intelligent question, smart question. Uh, to be frank, uh, kinda not good because being an RCB fan for 18 years, losing is not a new thing for us. But in recent past, losing has become very heavy on us. We are not used to losing it.
Yeah, sure. And in the last 24 games that RCB has played, you guys have won 19 of them. And to have around five losses across 2.5 years of IPL cricket is not something to be disappointed with. But that being said, what do you think went wrong today?
There are a couple of points which went wrong, I guess, which was corrected. Especially losing Phil Salt on a first ball of a match. There was a ripper from Archer. Uh, with all the due respect to the ball, Salt would have done better, but credit goes to the Rajasthan Royals management and the analysts, how they thought how they can cook Salt in a first ball or within a first over. They have seen that coming. Like, how can they bundle out Salt very early? If they can get Virat Kohli and Salt cheaply within a power play, we know we have a very good, we have very depth batting lineup. But still, the impact, if you can cut down top two strikers of your batting lineup in a power play, that will put an immense pressure on the batting side. That was the first dent we faced. That was the area we could have improved. So people are already started speaking about, can we get Bethel in? Can we make Salt sit? To those fans and to the people who are expecting Bethel to come in straight away with a Salt, I just wanted to say this is not a management who believes in chop method.
Yeah.
They give a time, they believe their player, they know what to do. So this is the same Salt. When he became a father, he went back to England and came back a same night just to play a final for RCB. Though he couldn't impact with a bat, but his presence on the field to take the Priyansh RS catch on the boundary, which was a first bullet on a Punjab's guard. So this RCB management believes in the process, and they're gonna trust in Salt, and Salt gonna play a couple of matches. If we feel there's something gonna be wrong, then we have a Bethel who is warming the bench, and we are not the one who is saying that Bethel should be continue playing on a bench. We also want to see him, but in a given condition, Salt should have an exposure, should be the first choice for now.
Could he be used as an impact player?
You asking using Salt as an impact player?
Jacob Bethel.
Uh, we can. He is in that
Yeah.
impact player, but RCB has to start with three foreigners. We have logged in already for our foreigners. Like, Salt is one of the position, Tim David 2, Romario Shepherd 3, Hazelwood 4 currently, or Jacob Duffy plays for Hazelwood. We have a couple of players. If you want to play Jordan Cox, you have to. Jordan Cox is basically a replacement for Tim David. If you want to play Shepherd, then you have a lot of chance, which we're gonna discuss how we can play Duffy plus Hazelwood on a together. That is one of the discussion point we will discuss when the session progresses. So there is no chance of playing Bethel as an impact. If you want to play him as an impact, then you have to start with the three foreigners.
Understood. Now, I have a question. Now that we have kind of just spoken about maybe some of the combinations that RCB can employ, let's kind of refocus back onto today's match. And let's start with RCB's batting first before we move on to the second innings. So, First ball we spoke about already. Phil Saul
Mm-hmm.
gets dismissed by a scorcher of a delivery. And then we see a counter attack from Virat, who played
Mm-hmm.
more aggressively than he has been. And of course, then the headline of that RCB innings was Rajat Patidar's 60, if I'm not mistaken, of 14 balls.
Yeah.
What else do you take away from that? What did you make of Venkatesh Iyer's cameo at the end as well? Lots of debates, a discussion about him being in place of Sharma, who was obviously doing a splendid job with the ball. How do you look at the batting performance of RCB?
See, there is a lot of discussion. Why did they ask Venkatesh Iyer to come ahead of Suyash Sharma as a batting? Like I'm saying in terms of an impact player, because I feel there is a tactical mistake where RCB went wrong. Because you are playing with a one orthodox left-hand spinner. I can even say it as a medium pacer because that is Krunal Pandey.
Unorthodox left arm spinner.
Unorthodox, unorthodox left arm spinner.
Yeah.
So what I feel is like from next time, at least from next time, I should, if I am going with these are the simulations, these are the thinking which gonna come through. I think management has thought something, but I think they missed the trick. If you had kept Abhinandan as a player 12, player number 12, if I had kept Suyesh within the playing 11, then you had a very good chance. Since RCB has been following the same pattern or a same blueprint from last season, from the time they introduced the impact rule, Suyesh has been always a 12th man when RCB is bowling second.
True.
So it is already set up a thing within an RCB's mindset saying that Suyash gonna be our number 12. So one thing for clear from moving forward, this team and this management gonna think about it. Then they will definitely keep a spinner with a spinner paired, and because with a medium pace, even if Venki Iyer comes in, he gonna give you a couple of overs with a pace. Romario Shepherd gonna give you a medium pace. You have a two world class bowlers, and if you have a two world class all rounders, and if you have a two world class spinners, that I think you are sorted with that. It's just a tactical mistake where RCB could have done better. That's a negative side of the match. You're gonna learn, but I wanna speak more about the positive side.
Okay.
So the positive side for RCB is RCB getting the exposure of their batting lineup. We always believed that we have a very good batting lineup.
Sorry, what do you mean by the exposure of the batting lineup? If you could please explain that.
So if I need to say, we RCB as a team always had a top heavy batting order. If you have seen from ages, we have like Chris Gales to the Virat Kohli's to KL Rahul's. Then we had ABD Villaris. Do you remember anyone playing at our 4, 5, 6? Yuvraj was the one, if I can believe. Then recently, Dinesh Karthik is the one who made an impact. Do you remember anyone playing at 4, 5, 6, 7?
I think DK was for a short time for RCB. He had more success in that role when he was in KKR, but I think easily, like apart from Tim David, I can't really think of anyone else.
Exactly. So here and there are a couple of players who came.
Liam Livingston, your RCB favorite?
Yeah. No disrespect. He took a catch of Josh English at a boundary long gone in that match. Unforgettable.
Right.
So we don't discredit anyone. Once an RCB and always an RCB. And so
Wow, you guys are so. I don't know what the word is, but RCB fans are extremely loyal to their players. It's actually very commendable. Anyway,
Yep.
please continue.
So, this was an exposure. When you look at the previous season, one of the match when RCB got like 95 all out, that was the match. Tim David stood at one end, could score 50 in that match, and that was the match RCB got a man of the match for Tim David on the losing cause. Even after losing the match, Tim David got a man of the match in that match. So you need to. It was unfortunate for Tim David to get an injury, pick up an injury just before a season finale business end. But he stood there. Our batting order got exposed when we were a sub 160, 170 or 180 score against CSK in Chinnaswamy. the previous clash between CSK, Romario Shepard took a charge. 14 ball 50. That pushed the score of RCB beyond 200.
I
That's where
remember.
we got comfortable. So, and LSG match. Don't forget the LSG match because of which we went to number one position. The top order collapse and Jitesh Sharma and Mayank Agarwal took us to the course. So, these are the exposures I'm speaking about. If these things happened in a very much initial stage, then RCB or the top order can believe in their lower order and then they can go all cylinders firing from ball one. So this is an exposure I'm speaking about.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, what you're saying is that the earlier in the tournament that the entire batting lineup gets some time at the crease and crucial time which they can contribute to a team's cause, they are eventually going to be in excellent shape in the latter stages, in the business stages
Yes.
of the tournament,
Yes.
because everyone has had an attempt at least spending some time at the crease,
Exactly. Match time.
which is different to what has been in the past for RCB. And when we say past, we mean before this current management, before this current setup, it was a very top heavy lineup in which, apart from the top 3 or 4, not many would get a chance to bat. And that again ties into the fact that RCB hasn't had a history of strong middle or lower middle order batsmen.
I don't think so. Many of the RCB fans even disagree to the point. If RCB, if Virat Kohli and ABD is not in the crease, most of the fans will not even have a courage to believe in that RCB gonna win. We were a blind followers. We used to support our team till the end, but you know that one fear factor inside. This is the season, and from the last season, I don't know where that fear factor went. I enjoy my match. I know I'm gonna win. There is no fear factor in me left. So credits to RCB.
Absolutely, that is what's called or known as the winning mentality. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yep. So, if you see today's match, RCB was 94 for 6 and 125 per 7. Going to 200 plus run is no joke. We had a run rate covered up from over 1. But if you see, we didn't get all out. There was a situation we used to get, if we were 94 for 6, the most expected outcome for RCB team. I'm not speaking about CSK or the MI. Those are the people, they had a pedigree of having the people Pollard or somebody playing at the down the order. AB Morkel could pull the match from anywhere, anytime. We don't have that pedigree. We never had that pedigree. Today, when this was a proper situation when they put in Venkatesh Iyer. I was expecting, if RCB is in this condition, whether they're going to play Venkatesh Iyer, they're going to risk out those 4 hours. See, that's when Venki started, he was 8 of 8. We are seeing that part of an innings. But see, as soon as Venki comes in, he took off the pressure from Rajat Patidar. Rajat Patidar on the other end started bashing. The number of runs which came between 124 to 170 is Rajat Patidar's run. He started firing from there.
And Rajat Patidar is it was a knock of two sides, if we can put it.
Yep.
Initially, we saw him being very
24 or 24.
very defensive, very careful, just rotating the strike, making sure that RCB can at least play the full 20 overs. And then we saw the flip switch. And obviously with Venkatesh Iyer thing, and you know what's really interesting is that Venkatesh Iyer comes in, he scores 8 of 8, you know, he's also taking his time, and Rajat Patidar is taking the risks. And then the moment we cross the 15-16 over mark, the roles switch. And Patidar kind of takes this back seat, and Venkatesh Iyer goes boom, boom, and boom.
Venkatesh Iyer's final over was excellent.
Excellent. But then, Sharan, unfortunately for all of the Indian teams, all of the IPL teams, you guys then came out to face the 15-year-old prodigy Vaibhav Suryavanshi. And I think if you heard Dhruv Jurel's press conference at the end, post-match interview with Harsha Bhogle in Hindi, no matter what the question was, Dhruv was just taking the conversation back to Vaibhav Suryavanshi. And the main point that he was making consistently was, if I can say what he said in Hindi, was कि Vaibhav जिस तरह पावर प्ले में खेलता है, उसके बाद बाकी बल्लेबाजों पे कोई प्रेशर नहीं होता. इसका the translation is for the that don't understand, sorry Sharon, the individuals that don't understand Hindi, the translation is that if someone bats like Vaibhav Suryavanshi in the power play, then there is no need or there is no pressure on the rest of the batting lineup because of the sort of the start he gives. And that is exactly what we saw today when he got out. It was the 8th or ninth over, and they were 120 or 130 runs on the board, which is what RCB had able to get with 7 wickets down.
I completely agree. He took away the match right there. Chasing, your required run rate is 10 per over, and you are scoring at 15 to 16 per over. You are attacking world class bowlers. This same guy started his career hitting a 6 or 4 to Shardul Thakur.
Yes. No, Bhuvneshwar.
No, that was for RCB. That was against RCB. But he started his career against Shardul Thakur. He hit 6 for a Bhuvneshwar Kumar last time when they tackled, but Bhuvneshwar Kumar had a last laugh against Suryavanshi. So today also I was expecting the same thing to happen, but that guy has a immense bat swing. That is something which I never saw in my life. You can call him slogger or whatever you call. That dude played at some different angle and a different mindset. I don't know what it is. I never saw somebody play with so flawless. Keep the age factor aside. Let's not bring the age factor. He hit a Bumrah 2 sixes in an over. Bumrah was laughing. He took on Hazelwood today. He hits all across the ground. It's not like modern age cricketers trying to scoop, trying to play behind the wicket. No, this guy pulls you. This guy drives you. This guy cuts you. He has all the weapons in his armory, and this gonna flourish across the tournament.
One thing I've noticed, Sharon, is I won't lie, I, like many others, sometimes specifically tune into Rajasthan Royals matches to watch this kid play. Now,
Yep.
one thing I've noticed in today's match is that RCB were extremely guilty on not only bowling on his legs but also kind of bowling the body line, and majority of his sixes, I think I'm going to go on a limb and say all of his sixes were on the leg side. It makes
Yep.
me wonder what sort of homework is being done. Do you think that this has now become crucial that teams take Vaibhav as seriously as the rest of the batsmen? Because I remember last year there was an element of, oh, Vaibhav might work, might not work, it's okay, he's 14, and I respect that because he's a kid. You can't put that pressure on him. He's already dealing with a lot of pressure, right? But now when we start seeing him also start looking more confident, more comfortable, he's gelling with his teammates really well, he's chit-chatting with the coaches, he's sharing great conversations with the opposition team. Everyone likes him, everyone wants to see him succeed. But I think there is a little bit of weakness on the offside for Vaibhav, but again, given his age, given his circumstances, it's not really an issue. But what do you think teams need to do to counter Vaibhav?
To be frank, I'm not a strategist. Where I think RCB was doing wrong with the bowling, sometimes RCB was providing half volleys. He is in such an immense touch, you can't give him a half volleys. And as you mentioned, that attacking the pads or the rib area, Hazelwood and Duffy basically does that. Hard length, hit the deck hard, make him play the wrong shot. So if timing goes wrong, he will sky the ball and you have a best opportunity to catch him. So I think that was the strategy they were going through. But that guy has a wide range. Even if you're bowling wide, he has that shot of cutting. He can hit you over a point. He can hit you over a third man. And that particular Guwahati stadium, the square boundaries are pretty short. Like they are 63, 64 and 59, 58. So that's the area he can score.
Definitely, I think whenever there's short boundaries, Suryavanshi will back himself no matter what, and that's very smart play. You judge the dimensions and the. But one thing I would like to see is how does Vaibhav respond when he is greeted with spin in the opening overs. The reason I say this is that I saw him in the emerging Asia Cup as well, and a lot of emerging teams, especially like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka under 19s, they used spin against him in the initial overs to kind of block him down. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. It's not conclusive enough to say that, okay, this is how you get Webber out. But again, I'm just trying to everyone
Chances, yeah.
yeah. How do you encounter someone who can face 26 balls and bat at a 300 strike rate, right? And he's 15. It's just ridiculous. Like I sometimes watch him and I just am in shock and disbelief. Because we too, Sharan, were 15-year-olds once upon a time, bro. We did not know any of this stuff.
See, if something happens for a once, we are like luck hai. This season, I saw him bat twice, and both the matches today was unlucky. It was against me. Last time he hit 15 ball 50. Today he was almost there 49-47.
It's
And
just incredible.
this guy has no fear factor. If you just take someone's fear out of their game, this is what exactly is deadly as.
I just hope that India is patient with him.
Yep. It's too early to say.
For people that watch our channel, we are individuals who always advocate for youngsters in their teens and early 20s to define their game in first class cricket first before they come on. But the question about
Yeah.
Webber is, does he even aspire to play red ball cricket, or is he more than content being a T20 cricketer?
I haven't watched any of his conferences or podcasts or something like that. He's too young for that. I don't want to inject an external pressure on him saying that go play test cricket. I would have mentioned if there are some other players. If this guy is finding a success in this format, I think he should be concentrating on this. And on a given day, if he feels like he want to switch his techniques and go back to play red cricket, he is very much welcome. He is minimum minus 10 years of any cricketing plan. So the cricketers, Virat Kohli enters into Indian team at the age of 2022. Then he decides, should I play 3 format? That time it was not so pressures like you need to play 3 formats. But that guy ended up playing like 15 years of 3 format. So Vaibhav Suryavanshi is minimum 7 years behind that timeline. So he has a lot of time and his career is in safe hands. He in his very first season he was under Rahul Dravid. You know what kind of Rahul Dravid, what kind of coaching or a mentorship Rahul Dravid can provide. And if he goes to NCA, you have a Lakshman. So these are the young talents will be groomed and taken care. I don't think so. But there is another slipping side which I am very afraid of, and I touch wood, this should not be happening with Suryavanshi. This kind of prodigy I saw somebody playing was Prithvi Shaw. What a gun player he was. What happened? He was also groomed under same Rahul Dravid. But sometimes it happens, and I wish this doesn't happen and impact on Vaibhav Suryavansh's cricketing career.
I hope so too. And one thing we also need to mention is that not only has he had Rahul Dravid and VVS Lakshman, now he also has Kumar Sangakkara at Rajasthan Royals, right? So he has
Lefty.
some of the finest cricketing brains and cricketing players to guide him. And just to kind of wrap up our discussion on today's match, before we move on to the Mumbai Indians one, what do you have to say about the complete contrast we saw from Vaibhav's bashing to Dhruv Jurel's kind of elegance and aesthetic stroke play?
For me, if I need to give a man of the match, I would give it to Dhruv Jurel. I know what Vaibhav Suryavanshi has made an impact in power play. The steady knock from Dhruv Jurel. If somebody was playing at 290, 300 strike rate, Dhruv Jurel on the other side would have just rotated the strike.
Correct.
But bro has a different plans. He took on one of the over. I don't know. He hit like 25 to 26 run in that over.
Abhinandan.
He didn't take the back seat. He was playing to his strength. I am not here to pad Suryavanshi. I am not here. I know he is my batting partner, but I am not here to pad him. Let him play. I will give the strike. If I am getting a loose balls, I am not gonna take a back seat. I am gonna attack. That's what he did. As Suryavanshi was attacking, even after Suryavansh's wicket, match was already gone. But you had already 3 wickets. Krunal Pandey took couple of wickets. Suryavamshi's wickets, Hetmar's wicket, and Riyan Parag went for cheap. So if Dhruv Jurel had failed, the lower batting order of the Rajasthan Royals is not as good as RCB's. The match would have even went till the 20th over. Already it went to the 18th over. It would have went to 20th over. Dhruv Jurel was the constant guy who was standing there and trying to hit. Just imagine the direct hit which was tried by Rajat Patidar. Misfortune for Jadeja, he would have another wicket. Who would be banking on? Dhruv Jurel. It was one of the classic innings. He accelerated when required. He stood when he need to stand and play the steady innings. That's why he is a top choice. India's wicketkeeper for the Test as well. The temperament, the game, the quality he comes with.
I completely agree. I also rate Dhruv Jurel very highly. I think I also really like his temperament, and he's a very effortless keeper at the back. Definitely has a future for India, in my opinion. And of course, his capabilities in the middle order mean that sooner rather than later there will be a spot for him in the Indian white ball team as well. Now that we've spoken about the match and the kind of the greater outcomes of this match, we move on to the next blockbuster match between RCB and Mumbai Indians that takes place on 12th of April 2026. How does RCB bounce back, and what does Mumbai Indians have going for them?
One of the changes I'm expecting, it was too early. When I did a couple of episodes previously, I was banking Abhinandan. Basically, if somebody is making a choice, they would have seen something, because he's playing in front of Mangesh Yadav. He's playing in front of Rasik Salimdar. Rasik Salimdar is one of the classic player who has that back of the hand slower one, and who can balls at the back end of your back end of the overs. So if Abhinandan is playing ahead of Rasik Salamdar and Mangesh Yadav was basically filling the void that Yash Dayal has created. If we don't have that void, if Yash Dayal was playing, we wouldn't be in this situation. See, going back to the numbers, against SRH, he got hit for 38 runs and 1 wicket. That 1 wicket was pure magic by the salt on the field.
Correct.
The catch. And in second match, he bowled 3.4 overs, decent. He got 2 wickets for 30 runs. In that 1 wicket was purely Jitesh Sharma's, again, magical catch for Shivam Dubey, which was inside edge and which was unbelievable catch.
Correct.
So today against Rajasthan, he got bashed 54 runs in his 3 overs bowled.
If Mangesh Yadav or Rasik Salimdar are to come into the team, what sort of skill and what sort of difference will they bring to the bowling attack?
See, what I understand is, if I'm bringing Rasik Salimdar, he will tag up with Bhuvneshwar Kumar for the later stage of the match. He can give you the middle overs and the death overs. Whereas if I'm bringing Mangesh Yadav, he can give you a different variation, that is lefty angle, which was a like-to-like replacement for Yash Dayal. The Yash Dayal has learnt his lessons in a hard way. I'm not expecting Mangesh Yadav to come in, pitch in and straight away do the impact. But you have to sow the seeds to see the tree or a flower. I think that's where they tried with Abhinandan, but it is too early to say. But I don't want to carry that risk. That was that was the weakest link we are carrying on a team.
But Sharan, this is how you build a team parallelly for the future as well, right? You have to...
I agree, Hassan. See, from last 1.5 season, I haven't seen somebody a loose bowler in RCB's lineup. Suyash Sharma was the one who always people used to say that RCB has a weak spin attack. Agreed, but these are the same players, same spinners. Suyash took a man of the match against Punjab match. 17 wickets taken by Krunal Pandya. Man of the match in final. So my spinners gave me whenever I required. So when the whole world was speaking against RCB's spin lineup, RCB stood their ground. We had a Mohit Rathi as an option, but we never gave a chance. We stick to the point. If you know the background story, when Suyash Sharma was having a issue with his hip surgery, RCB sent him to United Kingdom with one of the RCB's physicist or somebody. His name is Pepe. So that guy took care of him and tried to make him ready for the season. So if somebody is investing that much of amount of money and somebody is trusting you that you have a capability to play a match, Suyash Sharma deserves get a long rope. So same thing happens for the Abhinandan, but there is a point where you need to step back and say, okay, I tried, but this didn't work. That guy is a raw pace, which I have seen. Like whatever I seen, raw pace. Whereas Rasik Salimdar comes with the back of the hand, he has a variation, and Mangesh Yadav has an angle. So irrespective of what Abhinandan is bowling, if you want to try something, then there is a chance where you can improve on. And with the tactical change which I mentioned, if you are bringing Mangesh Yadav or Rasik Salimdar, that should be your number 12. That should be the impact player, not the Suyash Sharma. So if these two changes are made, I think we will be in a better shape. With Hazelwood coming back, which is a good strength for us. Hassan, I have thought one more thing. How can we play Duffy and Hoff at the same time? So this was an internet question. Like so many people were discussing about it, and I have seen some people speaking about it, and I felt pretty good idea. So the idea was basically if you are batting first, start with the three foreigners, keep Romario Shepherd as your impact sub. If you feel that RCB is in a comfortable place and where you think that Romario Shepherd have nothing left for contribution, that time you bring the Duffy in so that Duffy provides you 4 overs alongside Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Hazelwood. You see the deadly lineup?
I do see it. I'm a little bit different in the sense that I'm sorry if I hurt people's sentiments. I just don't think that Duffy is a bowler for Indian conditions. I know he did exceptionally well against India in that series, but I know he's only played one game really against for RCB. But from what I saw, I thought he was struggling quite a bit. My preference would be to the local.
Okay, I agreed, but he played 2 matches. Second match, maybe he might went for runs, but he did his job, taking early wickets in a power play. He did his job.
I think it's just that him and Josh Hazelwood kind of are similar to each other in terms of the bowling style. More about liner length, back of the length, as you had mentioned.
Hitting the deck.
Yeah, but I think playing them together is also, in modern day cricket, usually you have a tail that wags. Having Hazelwood and Duffy to end your innings along with Suyash Sharma is that's a long tail. But
I agree. Like these are the options to be explored.
Are you suggesting that RCB use Hazelwood and Duffy against Mumbai?
I don't know. We were just exploring the option. How can we play our 2 best bowlers if my batting clicks? Because that is my maximum time that RCB is batting gonna click. Romario Shepherd gonna receive his. RCB will not go to an extent to get support from Bhuvneshwar Kumar today. So I believe in my top 5 that I don't think so. We will be taking a service from Romario Shepherd every now and then.
Actually, I would like to kindly disagree with you. I think RCB's 2 best bowlers already play, Hazelwood and Krunal Pandya.
I'm glad that you mentioned him as a bowler.
I think Krunal is bro, since the last, like ever since he's joined RCB, he's been a shrewd signing, and he hasn't even cost that much. So it just becomes, the more the time goes by, the better signing Krunal looks. And I've always maintained, and I've always told you, he's my preferred Pandya brother. Just because of attitude, but to each their own. But I really like Ronald. He's quiet. He gets the job done. He's extremely effective. He's had great match performances in crunch moments. He is a IPL winner.
Clutch.
And he's a clutch player, just like his brother. That's something both of them share. But now before we wrap this episode up, for our viewers who are wondering why we don't focus that much on other teams, is because Sharon is a die-hard RCB fan, as you can tell from his shirt. The rest of our episodes. But Sharon, I ask you, I know it's very difficult for you, but I ask you to please talk about Mumbai.
Yeah, I wanna speak about Mumbai. So the way Mumbai started their tournament this year, Mumbai were 9 out of 10 choices of the commentators or the panel which discussed this year. 9 of the 10 commentators has chosen already Mumbai as their top 4. Completely agree, the batting lineup which Mumbai has, the batting depth the Mumbai has, the options the Mumbai has. I don't think everybody has a pedigree of having those things. They started very well against KKR, but their last 2 matches against Delhi and Rajasthan Royals. Delhi, Samir Rizvi took the game away from Mumbai. For Rajasthan Royals, Yashasvi Jaiswal took the match away from them. That was a rain-affected match. Straight up 150 against 11 overs. I don't know. Mumbai, I am not saying that Mumbai is not capable of scoring 150 in 11 overs. They can very much. But straight up bringing Archer and Berger in a power play and took the early wickets had put immense pressure on the Mumbai batting lineup. So Mumbai failed. Mumbai has a very standard approach of playing bashing cricket approach in a power plays. They have their opening batting lineup similar, which suits their ideology. So Rickelton, Rohit Sharma opening in a power play is dream for any team. I think except Rajasthan Royals. I think.
Sharon, to wrap up this episode, Wankhede has seen runs galore. We saw it in last year's IPL. We saw it in the World Cup. We are seeing it this season as well. Different conditions from Guwahati, definitely. How are you looking at RCB's record in Wankhede, which obviously has had its struggles, and what changes do you see both teams making when they face each other?
RCB's record in Wankhede is not that great. RCB played 12 matches where Mumbai won 8 of them. RCB could able to win in Wankhede after 10 years the last season. That was one of the record that's the stats we are coming up with. We are not saying we will be the top choice or the favorites to win, but we're gonna give a tough fight. We are not the RCB, which was just a namesake RCB. This team gonna give you a tough fight for sure. So the challenges which RCB gonna have is that how they can rebuild the bowling lineup, adding or subtracting Abhinandan Singh. If they are subtracting Abhinandan Singh, who they gonna get in? How they gonna face the tactical challenge of playing Suyash Sharma as an impact player? If these are the 2 changes that RCB has to do, and the third thing to mentor about Salt. How can we make Salt play the better matches? First match he failed, second match he played, third match he failed. So we need to break the pattern. How Dinesh, he's working very closely with Dinesh Karthik. So we have all seen background videos that RCB put up. So I think they're gonna find their way, and these are the 3 concerns where RCB should be looking after. And the challenges for Mumbai is Hardik Pandya's availability. He missed the second match, and Mumbai lost the momentum of winning. So usually Mumbai lose their first match and then they take off. This time they won their first match, then they drop. So it's in a pretty early stage for Mumbai Indians to recover and all. It's glad to see Rohit Sharma firing all the guns. The way he's playing the inside-out shot against the spin was one of the fabulous shot that I have seen from Rohit Sharma in recent past.
And of course, kudos to his fitness evolution as well. We cannot ignore that. And I think lots of eyes will also be on Surya Kumar Yadav. And there will be a lot of mini battles throughout the game, right? We can already see some mouth-watering contests like Hazelwood versus Sharma. If Hardik is fit, we could see the Pandya brothers come up against each other. What other significant duels or matchups do you see happening in this match that are worth keeping an eye on?
One of the most underrated, nobody speaks about how Surya sweeps the ball against the spinners. I have 2 spinners, especially if I am playing my Suyash Sharma against Surya Kumar Yadav in a given condition. That will be a battle to watch for. Young Suyash Sharma, whose stock delivery is googly, and you have a best sweeper in a batting lineup. How this battle gonna go for? I am very excited to see that battle, and I wanna one more battle. If somebody is coming against Krunal Pandya, I just suggest please come up with a helmet. Don't do a mistakes. You know what's gonna happen. So Pandya brothers battle, which you have mentioned, is a gun battle. Last time Hardik had an upper hand. Let's see what happens this time. As you already mentioned, one of the battle between Hazelwood and Rohit Sharma, this back of the length ball. But I think Rohit Sharma will be a prey for Bhuvneshwar Kumar. That's my prediction.
Is it like your Vaibhav Suryavanshi prediction?
Oh, that was the only wrong thing. But I even predicted that RCB gonna score 200 even with 124 per 5. Come on.
I'm just pulling your leg. But Sharan, on that note, I would like to bring in end to this episode. We know or we expect that as this tournament progresses, we'll continue to see Rajasthan, RCB, and Mumbai Indians probably in the top four. Their form is too good, but I still think the fourth spot is up for grabs. KKR and CSK have a lot to worry about currently. So we'll see how the tournament transpires from here on in. But we've had a blockbuster top of the table clash today, and then on Sunday we have another blockbuster clash between RCB and Mumbai Indians. We hope to speak to you all sometime later in the coming week when we have more matches to discuss. My name is Hassan Ali. I was joined by Sharan Kumar, and behind the camera, like always, was Rupesh Atmuri. We'll speak to you some other time, some other day. Take care, and bye-bye.
Thanks for watching the video till the end. We are also available on the audio platforms such as Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and we are also available on the social media platforms such as Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Please do follow us, support us, and if you have any comments, please do say if our opinions are true or false, whatever you feel like, please do comment and let us know about your opinions. Thank you. Thanks for watching again.